My name is Mensa Isaac, and today we are going to look at accounting for non-for-profit making organization. So, as the name suggests or tells us, it's an organization that is set up for every other purpose except for making a profit. Good. So, with this topic, there are some key accounts that you have to take note. Okay, we have to know how to compute for our statement of affairs. Okay, we also have to know how to calculate for our bar creditors control account. Also our bar debtors control account. Also our subscription account. Also our life membership account. Also our bar trading account and our income statement, income and expenditure account, and also our balance sheet. Our balance sheet. Good. So we have to know how to compute for all these. Okay. So with this statement of affairs, it will help us find our opening accumulated fund. And this will help us find our bar purchases. This will help us find our bar sales. This will adjust this account. The amount we will get is what we will send to the income statement. We also adjust this life membership account. What we will get is what we are going to send to the income statement. We will use this bar trading to find our bar profit or loss. We use this income and expenditure to also find our surplus or deficit. Then we use this one to balance our books. Good. So with this statement of affairs, we use to find our opening accumulated fund. We use this bar creditors control account to find our bar purchases. Okay. Then we use this bar debtors control account to find our bar sales. Then this subscription account, we will adjust it to get the amount that we send to the income and expenditure account. Then with this one, the same thing, we adjust it to get the amount we have to send to the income and expenditure account. Then we use the figures there to balance our books. Good. So we are going to look at how to go about all the items mentioned here. So we are going to start with statement of affairs. Okay, so with this statement of affairs, we are going to use the opening balances because we want to find the opening accumulated fund. Opening. So we are going to use the opening balances we have in the question. Okay, so with this, we know that asset minus liability is what we use to get our capital. But here we are not using capital, but we are using accumulated fund. Good. So if you want to find our opening capital, we are going to use opening assets and we less our opening liabilities to get our opening accumulated fund instead of the capital because we are dealing with non-for-profit making organization. Good. So we use it to find our opening accumulated fund. Opening accumulated fund. Good. So simple. You just have to go and check the assets that are starting the year, the balance BDs of assets there. Then you less your balance BDs or liabilities starting the year from the assets. Then you get your opening capital. Do you get it? Opening balances of assets minus your opening balances for liabilities to get your opening accumulated fund. Good. Then we'll move on to our bar creditors control account. Okay, so to get our bar creditors control account, what we have to do is, first of all, we know that for creditors, we have our balance sheet this year. Okay, so our balance B this year, so the amount in the question will be written here. Then we have our balance sheet this here to be written here. So any item in the receipts and payments relating to bar creditors or creditors will be written here. Do you get it? So we'll get our receipts and payments. Receipts and payments. The amount will be written here. Good. So we will adjust this or find our differences. Okay. So the difference you get here is not going to be the balance CD, but rather we are going to get the credit purchase. Do you get it? So that amount will be here. Get our totals here. And this CD will come here as balance BD. We are getting this amount. Do you get it? So our balance BD pertaining to creditors will come here, bar creditors. Then our balance CDs pertaining to creditors or bar creditors will come here. Then any item related to our bar creditors or any creditors amount in the receipts and payments will be here in the name of receipts and payments. Then our difference is going to be the credit purchases, not balance CD, the credit purchases, because we are using this account to find our credit purchases, as I said. So this credit purchases is what you see in the bar trading account. Good. So we'll move on to how to also find our bar sales. It's just the same thing. Okay. So with the bar sales, we know we'll open our bar debtors control account. Bar debtors control account. Bar debtors. So with this one, we know that we have our balance B this year because assets will have a debit balance. So our balance B this will be here. Any item relating to bar debtors or debtors amount in the receipts and payments will be here. Receipts and payments will be here. Good. Then any CD, balance CD relating to our debtors will be here. We'll add this. You add this. Then the difference you will get from this is not going to be our balance CD like the creditors control account, but it's going to be our credit sales. Do you get it? So provided only if your question did not give you your credit sales and has given you all these, you will use all these to find your credit sales. But sometimes the question can just give you the sales without letting you open your debtors control account. Do you get it? So it depends on the question. The same to creditors control account. The question can just give you the purchases amount, so you will not have to open any bar purchases control account. Do you get it? Yes. So with this, we are done with this. We'll move on to our subscription account. Subscription account. So with subscription account, what we have to note is our balance BDs for the subscription will be here, which is normally a prepaid. Good. Then our balance CD for owings or accruals will be here. Then our balance BD for accruals will be here. Our balance CD for prepaid will be here. Good. So with this, any item in the receipt and payment pertaining to the subscription account will be here in the name of receipts and payments. So that amount for subscription you will see in the receipt and payments will be here. So you add them, the bigger side goes to both sides. Then you find your difference, okay? The difference you get is no more a balance CD. We have all the CDs. So what you get is your income, the amount you send to the income and expenditure, okay? So this amount, the difference is what you are going to send to the income and expenditure account. Do you get it? As an income. Good. So we'll move on to, so with this again, I said the balance BD always for subscription starting the year will come here. Your balance BD paid in advance for subscription will come here. Your receipts and payment amount in the for subscription in the receipts and payment account will be here. Then your balance CD for accruals for subscription will be here. Your balance CD for prepaid will be here. Note that not every question will provide you all these items. Sometimes you can only have your balance BD for accruals and CDs only. Sometimes it depends on the question. Okay, so but this is what the subscription entails. Good. So we are moving on to our life membership account. Okay, so life membership account. So with this account, we have to know that our balance BDs will be here. Any item in the receipts and payments pertaining to life membership will be here. Then we have our totals. So with this receipts and payments relates to any amount that we received during the year, okay? So let's say we are in 2019 but received life membership amount for 2020. We are going to record all those amounts here. Do you get it? But what we will record here is the amount relating to that particular year. Do you get it? So this amount is whatever life membership amount that we will get will be recorded here, whether it's for that year in question or the next year or the next 2 years. The full amount will be recorded here, and the amount pertaining to that year in question will be recorded here as income and expenditure. So with this, the amount will be here. Then we will have our balance CD to be here. Good. Do you get it? Fine. So this balance CD will come here as balance BD, and that's all for our life membership account. Okay. First of all, we'll bring our balances. If there's any prepaid for membership, it's here. Then any amount we receive for that year, even if it's not for, it can be for only that year, it can be for more than 2 years. Okay, it can be that the members paid for this year, next year, and the next 2 years. Okay, so what we have to do is that we don't care whatever amount that we receive. We are just going to record every amount that we get. Do you get it? Yes. So with this income and expenditure too is the amount the members are supposed to pay for life membership for the year in question. Do you get it? Good. Will be here. Then our balance CD is what we get for any prepaid in advance for the next year. Do you get it? This debit side relates to that particular year. So any difference that we will get from, so let's say the amount we are supposed to pay for life membership is 5,000 this year. The members paid 10,000, some in advance. So we are going to record all. Let's say we are supposed to receive 5,000 for life membership this year, but they paid 10,000. So then that 10,000 is supposed to be recorded here. Then the 5,000 pertaining to that particular year will be here. Then the difference will be here as prepaid or something. So this CD will come here as BD, and we are getting a balance BD. Good. So we'll move on to our bar trading account. So we are going to calculate or draw up our bar trading account. So with a bar trading account, it's just like our income statement. So with this, we have our bar sales or receipts or bar receipts. So either you have bar sales or bar receipts. The amount will be written here. Then you will come here to less your cost of sales. Good. So with the cost of sales, we have our opening stock for bar, which will be here. So the opening stock that is relating to the bar will be here. Then we'll have our purchases for bar. So it's either they give you the purchases amount in the question, or you calculate for your purchases using the bar creditors control account, as I said. Good. So you add this, you are getting this. Then you less your closing stock. The closing stock. Good. Then what you are getting will be here. You less this from this to get your bar income. Good. So if there are any other bar income, you add it to. So if I say income, they can be many. So if there are any other bar incomes, you add it to this amount. Then you less your bar expenses. Okay. You less your expenses. If I say expenses, they can be many. Examples are bar towards salaries and those things. So you less those expenses from this amount, and you are getting your bar profits. Good. Good. So this is the format for bar trading account. So if you know how to compute for your purchases and bar receipts or sales, that's it. They get it. So as I said, sometimes this will be given to you in the question. Sometimes you have to open your bar debtors control account to get your bar sales. These purchases can be given to you in the question, or sometimes you have to open your bar creditors control account to get your purchases. Do you get it? Good. So with this, we have to open our income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure. Income and expenditure account. Good. So with this, it's just an extract of our income statement. Okay. So what you will see here is only incomes and expenditure. So our incomes will start. So we will check in our receipts and payments. If there are any incomes in the question, they get it. We'll record them here. And sample of the incomes we know are subscription, our life membership, our entrance fees, our bar profits will also come. So the bar profits you have to find for it by using the bar trading. So these are some of the items that will come under income. So you add them together. You get your total income. Good. Then you less your expenditure. Okay. So some of the expenditures you can see are grounds maintenance, office maintenance, wages and salaries. They can be many, okay? So these are a few of them you will see in the receipts and payments. So you check in your receipts and payments. Those items at the debit side are your revenues, okay? Those items you see at the credit side are your expenses. So you just go and pick those items at your credit side that are expenses, okay? You bring them here. Then for the income, you go to your debit side in the receipts and payments, check for the items that are incomes, you bring them here. But you know that for subscription we'll do some adjustments. So that adjustment, the difference that for the subscription will come here. As we said, that it's coming to the income and expenditure. So that amount will come here. Same for life membership, that amount will come here. Our entrance fees will also come here, and our bar profits that we worked for will also come here. We'll get our total income. Then we'll add our expenditures together and subtract it from our total income. So we'll get a surplus or a deficit. Okay, so if our expenses are greater than our income, we are going to get what? Deficits. But if our income is greater than the expenses, we are going to get surplus. So it depends on the amount that you get over here. Good. So that's all for our income and expenditure account. Good. So we are moving on to our balance sheet. Good. So for the balance sheet, it's just the same format as we know, okay? Just that there will be a few changes in the finance by with the names. So with the finance by, instead of capital, we have our opening accumulated fund. Then we have our surplus. Here, we add these to get this. If there are any long-term loan too, we'll add it to this amount. Okay. So if only there are long-term loans, we'll add it, then we'll get this amount. So what we will get here has to be equal to the first part of the balance sheet, okay? That's the working capital plus the non-current assets. So what we will get there has to be equal to this amount. So these are the only difference in the balance sheet, the finance by side. Good. So we are done with the formats or how to go about non-for-profit making organization. We'll move on to solve a practice set in our next video, but for now this is all for non-for-profit making organization. See you in the next video. My name is Mensa Isaac.